No, it's all right. I'll bang on the table. All right, let's bring the meeting to order, please, for July 13th. Do roll call first. Steve Ball. Here. Phoebe Benzinger. Here. Jen Chastain. Here. Chad Huffman. Here. Delphine Jadot.
Here.
Richard Rogers. Here. And Ronald, is it Carnes or Cairns?
Cairns.
Cairns, all right. Thank you for joining us. Ronald's here as our alternate.
Thank you.
So he gets to participate in all discussion and everything else, and we'll only vote if we are missing somebody, okay? And I'm David Fishering, and I'm here. All right, so approval of minutes from 6/22. Anybody have any issues with the minutes? No? Chad, do you?
No, I do not.
Okay.
I'll motion to accept the minutes as presented.
Do you have a second? All right, all those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? And, all right, we're good. So the minutes are passed. All right, William, any additions or deletions from the agenda?
No official additions, I suppose. Since we do have a new alternate member, I'd like to ask Mr. Cairns to just briefly introduce yourself to the rest of the commission.
My name's Ron Cairns. I moved here from a little town called Scappoose, about 23 miles north of Portland on the Columbia River. Lived here a year and a half, got tired of 25 years of rain, and my wife's sister lives here, so we moved here. I worked in printing for 50 years. I was a planner for the city of Scappoose for 6 years. I was a volunteer firefighter for 12 years, and I was on their board of directors for 6 years, which I'd probably still be on, except I moved. And I have wife, no kids.
All right, Ron, thank you.
Thank you.
And thanks again for volunteering to do this.
Oh, yes. Ann just had a brilliant idea. We should also introduce Ben, our new city attorney.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Ben Morris. I was just appointed as city attorney, and it's a pleasure to be here tonight. I'd be glad to chat with any of you individually if you want to at some point. Otherwise, I think we'll get to know each other through this process as time goes by. If you have a legal question, feel free to direct it to Chris as you have in the past, or to me. I suspect both of us will attend most meetings together, so we'll try and cover your legal needs in that way.
So you guys haven't gotten rid of me yet, so I apologize.
All right, I'm glad to have you as part of the city team, Ben.
It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you.
Welcome.
I might just note really quick, because Attorney Morris didn't, but he has served for the city before, so we're really lucky to have his past expertise, especially in land use. Even in his 1 week here, he's taught us things already, so thank you. But I just want to assure you, he's already a great resource, and so when we have questions about why the code is certain ways, he may know the answer for us. So look forward to working with you.
Thank you very much.
All right, then if there's no other additions or deletions, we've got one agenda item, the Cedar Creek Townhome Subdivision Preliminary Plat. So William, take it away, bud.
All right, thank you. I have a brief presentation to share. I will share my screen here. So this is an application for the Cedar Creek Townhomes Preliminary Plat. If you recall, this did go before you recently as a sketch plan, and at that time it was known as the Color Red Sketch Plan. The name has been updated. This is located off of Cedar Creek Avenue, just south of the San Juan Bypass. It's currently a vacant lot, although it does have assigned addresses of 708, 712, 716, 720, and 724 Cedar Creek Avenue. The project site is approximately 0.3 acres. It's zoned R4 High Density District, which does allow for multifamily residential structures. This proposal is for 5 townhome lots, including common elements. The lot is adjacent to other properties that are also zoned R4 High Density District, as well as R3A Medium High Density District. To briefly explain the subdivision process for those of us who maybe haven't seen this flow chart before, as a first step, we require developers to submit a sketch plan application. Staff reviews these for several iterations, and then we bring it to Planning Commission for review, but no approval or denial is made at that stage. And we are now in the preliminary plat stage, which is the document that will allow the developer to complete infrastructure improvements to the property. This will also go before City Council for review. When we review subdivisions, we look to make sure that it's consistent with the master plan and zoning regulations. We also look at the relationship of the development to topography, soils, drainage, flooding, potential hazard areas, and other physical characteristics, the availability of water, means of sewage collection and treatment, stormwater drainage, access and other utilities and services, compatibility with the natural environment, wildlife, vegetation, and unique natural features, adjacent streets and traffic flow, including pedestrian access, availability of fire, police, and other emergency services, protection, and impacts on area schools. Let's see. As stated, we do review our comprehensive plan. This is not a legally binding document, but provides guidance for land use decisions. The future land use map, which I'll show on the next slide, illustrates general and flexible locations for land use and density. The zoning code is the binding regulation that dictates setbacks and density. And so this is the map here. This is designated as residential mixed density high, which is primarily intended for attached buildings on individual lots such as townhomes, and that's applicable to this application tonight. According to our zoning regulations, the R4 district is intended for high-density multifamily residences, and this zoning is compatible with the general conditions in the area. The R4 zoning regulations for multifamily structures are as shown in this chart. Keep in mind that this application is for a 5-unit building which will be divided into townhomes that can be individually conveyed as sublots. The overall 5-unit building, as proposed, complies with the setback and density requirements within the lot as a whole. And so here's the plat itself. I know it's a bit small on the screen, but it's also in tonight's packet. As mentioned, this was brought to you during the sketch plan phase. Since then, I believe very little has changed about the plan, if anything. The name has been changed, and the plat does have the plat notes, which we require on all preliminary plats. And then this here is the utility plan and grading plan. As I mentioned, the preliminary plat is the stage that allows the infrastructure improvements to be put in. And so in conclusion, staff has found that this preliminary plat is in compliance with the subdivision regulations and the comprehensive plan. This proposal meets the intent of the zoning district. Staff recommends approval of the Cedar Creek Townhomes subdivision preliminary plat with the standard condition that we require for preliminary plats as shown on the screen. And with that, the applicant is here tonight. If he has anything you'd like to share, please come forward.
Well, William did a great job with that presentation. I don't have anything to add, but if
Gary, just state your name and address for us, please.
Oh, yeah, Garrett Smith, 15621 6120 Road, Montrose.
All right, thanks.
Sure. Yeah, so open to any questions if you have any.
You guys have anything? Garrett? Go ahead, Chad.
Compared to last meeting, has the length of the parking changed from the original drawing?
No,
Thank you.
you bet.
You guys have anything? Delphine? Nope. Jan? No? Okay. All right, Garrett, thank you.
Thanks.
You guys have anything for staff? No? No? All right. In that case, we will open up the public comment portion of this agenda item. So if there's anybody out there that wants to comment, you guys interested in commenting? All right. In that case, we will close the public comment portion. You guys, any discussion about whether we're meeting the code criteria or not? No?
I asked all my questions last time.
Okay. In that case, I would entertain a motion.
I hereby make a motion to recommend to City Council approval of the preliminary plat application with the following conditions. The approval of this preliminary plat is expressly conditioned upon city staff ensuring that all policies, regulation, ordinances, and municipal code provisions are met, and that the applicant adequately addresses all of staff's concern prior to the execution of the final plat. The city staff is not authorized by this approval to execute the final plat prior to all conditions being satisfied. The request meets the code criteria based on the evidence and testimony presented at this hearing and in the staff report.
All right, do I have a second? All right, Richard, thank you. Any discussion, guys, on the motion? No? All right.
Good luck.
All those in favor? All
Aye.
right. All those opposed? And any abstentions? No. All right, so motion passes unanimously. Okay, then. Other business. Anything else, William?
I do have a question for Chris. So last time I asked if we can be on the planning commission with the city and the planning commission with the county. Have you found that out, if we can do both, or is that a conflict of interest?
I didn't know that I was specifically asked that, so I do apologize for
That's
not
okay.
having your answer. However, off the top of my head, I do not believe there would be a conflict of interest. I don't know if, Ben, you've seen this?
Joint meeting between,
No, not a joint meeting. If she can.
Apply.
If she can apply to be on the planning commission for the county as well as the city.
okay, I've never been asked that before.
So that's what the county attorney said as
Yes.
well.
So I don't see a conflict of interest there just because the matters that are brought before you here are as to the city. The same thing for the county. Anything brought to you there would be as to the county. It wouldn't really cross over just because, I mean, your jurisdiction here is different than your jurisdiction there. So
I can imagine some.
Some.
Let's talk about comp plan. The influence
yeah.
area that surrounds the comp plan concerns both county and city. I think she may end up with a conflict there because it can affect us both.
Right.
You kind of have to pick a side.
It'd be anything, any kind of annexation or any kind of property or development that would be like ripe for annexation surely would cause,
I can also,
potentially, right?
right, and I can think of
But
other
that'd be on a
issues.
project basis.
Like, let's pretend we annex a property shaped like a lollipop. The road is the stem, and then the property is the lollipop part. So this is out in the county, really. It's just an extension of the city. It's going to affect things around it in the county. I'm just pretending here, but I can imagine complications. I don't know if it's always going to be an actual conflict of interest, but it isn't always going to be simple either.
And I think the date passed, but I just figured for future reference that I was just curious. And I think it might be, honestly, and it was just too much time commitment on my end for now anyway. But maybe I'll just do it after I'm done here.
The answer isn't no, you can't do it. I think the answer is it's complicated.
Yeah. Okay, thank you.
Sure.
And also, you can't be done here.
I think, Delphine, I think it'd be just more of like a, if there's a perceived conflict, but if you can say that there isn't one and one isn't affecting your thing, then it's just like here, there's not always, just because you're a realtor doesn't mean that everything comes here as a conflict of interest, right?
Right.
So,
Yeah, I
Anyway.
agree.
And the county would be the one to ask that question.
yeah, I think the county would have more of an issue than we would probably.
Oh, they did.
Yeah.
Yeah. They sure did.
Sounds about right.
The lawyer was like, excuse me, I don't think so. No. I mean, I don't see why not, but no. It was funny, actually. It was really funny. I had a subdivision, the first subdivision request in 15 years. And so I was there with my client. And then I was like, so by the way, can I just apply? And they were like, I don't think so. It was funny. So thanks for being open to it.
All right, staff, anything else? William, next meeting, you got anything on there?
Yes, we will have a meeting on the 27th.
Cool. All right, you guys got anything else? Nope, cool.
Welcome, Ron. We're happy you're here.
Thank you, glad to be here.
I will entertain a motion to adjourn then.
So moved.
All right, second?
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All right. Meeting adjourned.
Is this a record?
Might be.
Seriously?
I think we've done one in 10 minutes, but.